Hello, everyone. We are live with a Season 13 Second Chance Finals. This is the, which bracket? The central bracket. This is the central bracket, and we've got Greg here on the red side. He is playing what looks like X-Force. He's bringing Ultron, Toad, and Rhino to help him out. And let's see what we've got on the other side here. We have a Red Skull Hydra combo here. It looks like he's bringing Bill and Miles and Crimson Dynamo and X-23 to help him out here. I'm gonna let the players know we are live. Joining me on commentary is Vodka Blitz. How's it going?
Doing well, doing well. Glad to do this again with you.
Yeah,
Blast as always.
I know this is great. I love having you on. So all right, what do you think of these lists here? He looks like he's got sold out in his list, so he's looking to bring Bucky maybe. What do you think of the matchup here? Looks like there's a lot of guns on both sides.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see a very attrition-y battle. Um, I don't know. I think both Red Skull and Cable's leadership uh, are like pretty interesting attrition leadership. So we'll get to see which one is better. On paper, I think I like X Force's character list better, but tend to prefer Red Skull's leadership. So it's going to be an interesting push and pull for both players, I think.
Yeah, Sweepy in the comments saying he just got rolled by this list. So, yeah, let's see. Okay, we've got.
So it looks like Greg has Prio here.
Are they both looking to like they've got both got middle extracts, middle secures, or is that what we're seeing?
The
Researcher
secures
cubes.
are pretty different, I think.
But they're all I mean they're not that different. All right, like sword is very a brawl, can be very brawly. I think that no one is going to be too unhappy with what comes up here. Cubes is the only thing that scores like more than 4 points in either list. Okay, I guess they both got paranoia. So, but X Force probably can deal with cubes reasonably well. There it is. It came up. Cubes and
Cubes and
intrusions.
Intrusion. I think I prefer intrusions. I prefer cubes for the faction that has a bunch of healing characters. Um, but I still think this is going to be an interesting fight. So for intrusions and cubes, hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be a spicy one, I think.
Yeah. The I Crimson Dynamo here, like I think this is the right call to bring Crimson Dynamo. X Force have a lot of wild triggers or a lot of like triggers that on their attacks to make them either do rapid fires or incinerate, pierce, or things like that. And Crimson Dynamo can shut a lot of that down. It's
But
I played it Crimson Dynamo into X Force mirror matches and those both ended up doing well for me recently. So
nice. The thing I don't like as much probably is the not affecting peers. And what I
oh
mean is
yes,
just
yes,
because of the
yes.
timing of disruption field, your successes still get pierced. So I'm not a big a fan of that but otherwise I think on central brawls, Dynamo's still pretty good. Be able to beam a lot of models and just be like pretty effective overall.
Yeah. Let's see here. They both have, yeah, Sweepy's calling out that both teams have strong 5 threat characters in the list. Cable is obviously the leader of the one I got Master of Hydra if he does bring the Hydra Flex. But yeah, and we've got Ultron. I'm sure like we're gonna see either Ultron or Master of Hydra. I mean, maybe no. There's no. You probably won't see both because then you lose the grunt abilities on either or, and that's suboptimal. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, like I'm guessing you're gonna see one or the other, so it'll be there will be a probably a 5 threat battle off, and we'll see who takes it.
Probably. I think here, if I'm Ryan, I'd be thinking about bringing Cabal instead of Hydra, just because since you already have Cube powering up your characters and don't expect them to interact a lot with the secures or the extracts, think Red Skull's probably going to be Master of the World. Red Skull would be my pick because also the extra power lets you fuel him with the superpowers, and I think in an attrition match, I would tend to prefer Master of the World over Master of Hydra.
Yeah, I can see that. Here we go. All right, 17 threat. Ryan shows
Nice.
17 here. Okay, yeah, this is a nice map. I like this one. It's pretty balanced.
Who made this map? This is a Pat Dunford map.
Nice.
So usually there's a terrain disrupting deployment and well positioned to mess up
Yeah,
objectives.
this cargo on Greg's side here, you can't like centrally deploy. So it's like this messes up like a large base character if they have like a D shape secure or E shape where they can't be placed on the secure immediately. But yeah, this container can like disrupt a like easily rotating characters to this dark portal. This what am I saying? I'm saying this like
Yep.
this red container on Greg's side can make it hard for characters to rotate onto that without deploying in a spot that is very telegraphed.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something I like about these kinds of map. Like they're disruptive but not obnoxious to play on. And I think it's a pretty hard balance to figure out, right? To have terrain be meaningful and impactful, but just not unfun to play on.
Yeah. I like how it's also a bunch of boxes, so the characters can easily balance on the things. That's also just
Yep.
like a little nice little. It's when it's like a bunch of. I mean, there are some trees, of course, but like it's when it's just a bunch of like the haunted house map. Dude, I do not like that haunted house map. Oh man, yeah. And the and when
Yep.
I was at Adepticon, they had all the Wakanda stuff, and like basically almost all of the Wakanda stuff you cannot put your models on. They just do not balance on it. So there
Dang.
was a um it was just a bunch of terrain that you had to throw off the board to be able to.
All right. So for squads, what do you think are we're gonna see on Greg and Ryan's side?
Okay, so I mean, I think the X Force one kind of builds itself because you go with cable 5 and then you just go with 4 3s. I mean, like that's what I would do. Your cubes, you've got 5 extracts, and you're gonna play X-23 and Deadpool, healing factor,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna play Domino because she's awesome, and uh, and then you've got a. I don't know if I can pull up like the
I
chat history to see what their roster is. Now it looks like
I'd
let's see here.
assume Baron Zemo would
Yeah,
probably
Zemo would
be
be
a good
good.
team.
Zemo would let you rotate along the board without like even if you're holding an extract because the problem
Yeah,
you're going to see is that you're going to be stuck someone could be isolated on the side of the board with a cube and not want to engage with the other team because it means you're dropping if you want to engage rapidly through the portals you're dropping your extract so
yeah,
yeah that's Psylocke destroys Red Skull Master of Hydra though so maybe there might be some sort of
yeah.
issue where maybe Greg brings a like instead of Domino and Zemo, he brings Psylocke and Toad or something. I don't know.
Psylocke Badger, I think he
So
had in his roster. He could also bring Psylocke into it.
yeah,
Uh,
I don't think we'll see that, but I think that's an option.
I agree with you. I think here just bringing Domino since on the portals she doesn't need to move around, like she can just interact and move and kill,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I think that's where Domino is at her best. Like she's just a blender for most characters.
yeah. I dig it.
And on Ryan's side, hmm, it's a tough call. I'd probably expect Red Skull 3, Ultron, X-23. That puts us at 12. Ooh, that doesn't fit Dynamo.
Well, Ryan
So,
chose 17, so he had some sort of plan in mind here. I mean, he's got Red Skull. Like, is he gonna play? He probably wouldn't play Winter Soldier here because your stealth doesn't like come into play at all.
no.
So X-23, Red Skull, and Zemo. That's 10 points.
Yeah.
I see the problem. Are you gonna play Bob and Ultron and just have Bob like grab a cube and just stay back?
I think you could do Crimson, Dynamo, and is there another three threat on his list? X-23 and Miles, maybe?
Yeah, you could play X-23. Oh, hold on. That's too
Oh
many.
no,
It's too many
that
unaffiliated.
yeah.
It's
Hmm.
tricky. He's got a lot of unaffiliated models. I think that's the that's a
Yeah.
problem. that he's experiencing here. He's gonna
Probably
hesitate.
maybe then go for Master of Hydra, 23 Dynamo, Zemo, and Mile.
I think that's too many. So they're still looking at.
Oh, there's still too many on affiliate team, huh?
Yeah, he's got a plan. He must have a plan here. Maybe
Yep.
because he brought Soldat, he's like gonna play Winter Soldier. Like,
Yep, that would be a real
hmm.
possibility,
I
honestly.
mean that spender that Winter Soldier's got, where you're spending a 3 power doing 7 dice attack, and if you get like it's like a hit wild or something, you get like the Red Fury. It's like Agent Venom. Agent Venom has something like that, but it's only range 2, I think. And in
Yeah,
this
I
case,
know.
his is the Red Fury is like range 3.
And I think giving cover to your leader here, if you want him to brawl, is probably really good. So maybe we'll see Hydra with. Oh, that made me think of something with Soldat and Red Skull 2's leadership. It means if Bucky 2 starts his turn next to Red Skull contesting a point, he already has enough power to do a spender. So maybe that's what we're going to see there.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that combo. Him trying to like wombo combo that. So, you're saying that if Bucky is on a point, he's going to gain extra power from the leadership, and
Yeah,
then from Soldat, he's going to heal
gain
and gain a
and
third
gain an extra
power. So he'll
power.
have 3 power every round and a heal. All right, let's see.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's go with Greg first. Were we right? Oh, look at that, Psylocke Toad, and he
oh,
brought
Silent Toad, I
Zemo
like
though.
it.
Okay, very cool. He brought Zemo instead of Domino or Deadpool, but that's a very cool list. He brought the tech. Let's see. So it's let me just go over it. Cable X-23 and Psylocke are X-Force, and then we've got Toad and Zemo. Sacrifice, Cat and Mouse Brace, Exceptional Fallback, and let's see what we got on this side. We have Master of Hydra with
Soldat.
oh yeah, operative Soldat, Zemo, X-23, and Bob. We've got Soldat, Sacrifice, Mission Objective, Cosmic Obliteration, and Brace for Impact. All right, there we go. We
Nice.
weren't too far off with what our
Yep.
ideas were here.
I really like Cosmic Obliteration here. I think this is one of the most underplayed Red Skull cards. It's really, really good, and I'm always surprised when both Cabal or Hydra player don't bring it with a Red Skull. It's a really, really good card.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet. I like it a lot, especially on Master of Hydra, who is like the strongest in terms of damage output.
Yeah, being
But
able to incinerate roots or hacks to deny defensive techs is really good.
yeah, he already hits pretty hard, so it's like adding that on top of that, and like just basically, okay. I mean, like I've not seen this yet, but of course, like there's immediate synergy with that one card. I think it's called Occult Research, where you get yourself staggered, but you get 3 actions for the
Oh
rest of
yeah,
the game. Uh,
that's good.
there's got to be something there, right? That would be pretty a 1-2 punch, where it's like, yeah, I'm staggered. Oh wait, now I'm not
You
staggered,
can clear it and just
and
go to town.
and then now I've got 3 actions every turn. Holy moly! It'd be pretty fun. I don't. I mean, like that's like a. I
It's
don't know.
probably worth trying out a game night. Is it competitive? We'd have to try out to find out, but
It
uh,
definitely requires like I think
a lot of
a little
setup.
bit of cooperation, but from your opponent. You know what I mean, to power up Red Skull maybe.
Yeah.
Uh, Otherwise, you're not getting off until like round 3 or 4.
So Toad and Bob deployed first here.
All right. Well, I think the reason Greg. Okay, I think the reason Greg chose to bring Toad is because he didn't have any midline grab that I remember seeing, and so Toad is like his pseudo safe grab,
Yeah.
and so I can understand now. I understand the logic.
And here, with how the cube is placed, I think he can go like probably behind the big silo and get cover from there.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, so he probably saw all that. I played against Greg's X Force team. I was running an Inhumans list, and it was on intrusions as well. And on turn 2, he dropped pretty sneaky sis on me. Now
nice.
he didn't bring it in this the game, but it completely ruined any sort of ideas or plans I might have even had. It was brutal. So, but yeah, so he's not definitely not new to X Force. He's been playing them for a little bit.
So here we have Psylocke being bullied by that crate without being able to fully deploy.
Yeah, you can go on it. You just can't go all the way on it.
Yeah. I think if your plan is to double move to the center, like it's fine. You have more than enough leeway to do it.
Yeah, I think that mean that the problem is that he might want to move, get a range for a 4 dice attack in, and then pay the 2 power to get on the point. Or if you get that what is it called, that pursuit trigger, you
Yeah.
then get to save your power for a bigger turn round 2. I think
Yep.
that's like the general idea you want to have with Psylocke. You want to have that option available to you with
To be able to
her.
leverage her inherent mobility.
Yeah. All right, so Greg did guess right by bringing Psylocke into the matchup here, guessing the correct leader. I think Psylocke is a great, like, it means that Red Skull's only going to be rolling 2 dice for defense, regardless of which armor he chooses.
Yeah.
And the only issue is that soul that. Let's see what that card does here. Just make a reminder.
It
All right.
gives cover and lets whenever the leader's attacked and not dazed or KO'd, lets the character with sold up spend 2 power and make a 0 cost attack targeting the character that attacked the leader.
Yeah, so that could be problematic for Psylocke. I
Probably
think
not too bad if she's within melee range, just because the character need to be within 2 of the leader, and she has martial artists.
yeah,
So
I was
like,
just gonna say that. You beat me to it.
sorry,
No, it's all good. That's all good. That's exactly
we
why. Exactly.
good
You're 100%
minds
right.
think alike.
Yeah.
We were on the same
Yeah,
page.
I was just gonna say that I predict we're gonna see a Psylocke within range 2 of Red Skull and within range 2 of Bucky sometime
Yeah,
in this game is what so we'll see if
that's
that ends up being the case.
yeah. And in my experience, Psylocke is really really good at getting rid of Master of Hydra, both because of the attack type, but also because she taxes energy fairly well with neural disruption and the stun before damage on her spender. So she's pretty good at just like handling Red Skull and showing him how it's done.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like Ryan is saving his deployment of Red Skull for last, but I mean, of course, Bucky is kind of somewhat telegraph the deployment. This is going to be mostly just grabbing cubes and setting up for next round 2. X Force is going to try to get some chip attacks in, with the Cable having that range 5 and probably getting cat and mouse on him. And but other than that, I don't know if we're going to see too many attacks go through on round 1, just because um, we've got. I guess like we could see Bucky get that range 5 shot off as well. And the interesting thing to will be if let's see here, will be if Greg at any point in round 1 um, passes before Red Skull Master of the World activates with his grunts on the board. Because that option will be available to him until Red Skull activates.
That's true. Um, placing. Oh, well, those are the Hydra Trooper. I expect Red Skull to start pretty close to Bucky here.
Yeah, just giving, because it means that when Bucky activates, he'll be able to get an extra power.
Yeah, which lets him hit and run from the start of the turn.
Yeah, so we got both teams have some flex in terms of getting some attacks in and then also getting onto the midline. Cat and mouse is being played. Cable's got it here. He's going to try to get some cover. Hope we see the Skull Grunts placing 3 times around off of the intrusions just for the lulls. Yeah, that's pretty fun. We might see them hit a portal and get a 2 tap in. That's a good call out. I'd love to see Cable try to get cover off the corner of that thing, but maybe that's too much of an ask. Uh,
I think it also lets him just place on it to be able to shoot like the central and the point, uh the southernmost point.
yeah,
So cat and mouse done.
All right, so this is Greg's turn to go here. I mean, I would be shocked if we didn't see Toad activate first and grab and hide Toad as
Behind
far
this
back as
silo.
possible.
Yep, that would definitely be my guess.
Neither player brought no matter the cost with their X23. That's usually if people bring that card, it allows X23 to get an attack off on round one with her spender, which triggers the medium advance after the attack is resolved, getting her on the point with attack. So it looks like both X23s are just going to be grabbing a cube and moving to the midline is probably what we're going to see on the top of the screen here. But
And
so
I think that's something I prefer not seeing, no matter the cost here, because I think, especially if you're like playing at the level these two players are playing, it gets somewhat predictable and easy to play around. And I think like just working to be outside of that range three, if you see no matter the cost in their card, is very doable.
yeah, yeah.
So here
Okay.
it looks like Toad won't be able to completely get within cover, but he'll have some wiggle room to pick up the cube and be relatively safe.
Yeah. Um, he's like trying to get like line of sight blocking on Red Skull or something just to make it tougher. It looks like Red Skull would have to go towards the middle of the board to see
Yep.
Toad's base. But yeah, like you can clearly see he's like trying to break line of sight as much as possible because Red Skull. Oh, hold on. So the way this works is that a medium base, medium mover um, can't hit Toad if he ends up directly maximum range 2 from the midline. I
Okay.
think. I'm pretty sure. I remember doing a lot of testing on that with Voodoo in the past.
Yeah, that
Um,
makes sense.
so, but Toad is slightly skewed off and Red Skull towards Red Skull's side. So maybe the line of sight might save him, but uh, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Red Skull march as close as possible towards Toad and see if he can get it. But anyway, looks like we're gonna have Bob grab. He's either
Ooh,
going to the midline. He's gonna get two characters on the midline. It looks like with
yeah.
X23, probably picking up the cube.
I would hope not, just because Bob is so easy to daze, and like that's such an easy way to deny VPs if you can.
Right. So you're saying Bob leaves the
Leaves the cube on the
token.
ground.
Yeah, it looks
Just
like that's what he's doing. I agree. I think that's definitely the play is to give it to X23.
yeah.
Especially because it means that round two she'll still have two power because the cube power at the end of the round, and that'll allow her to get a spender off and get a medium move and allow her to rotate on the board if that's needed.
Yeah, and she'll even go to three thanks to Red Skull Master of Hydra's leadership.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. I have not played on that leadership ever, so I might forget that often. We'll see how that goes, but it's
I
interesting because
think,
it's a power leadership
yep.
that
Think of it as like half of Hellfire, right? Like you get the extra power, but not the health.
yeah, but then you get to bring Red Skull and his grunt, which is just he's such a strong character in a lot and like he's just got a lot of damage he can do. So if you can
He's
pilot him well,
he's
just like Cable.
yeah, he's pretty much the definition of a glass cannon here, right? He punches super hard, but is
Yeah,
fairly fragile.
yeah. So, yeah, those grunts though are like are just amazing. They can give you amazing value with winning secures and things like that. Okay, so let's see. X23 on Greg's side is moving up. I would not be surprised to see the same thing happen with Ryan. Looks like, yeah, and just win that top secure, and no one else is close enough to really impact that board with an attack. At least they'd have to move onto the portal and roll and teleport up there to maintain parity on the secure. So let's see if that's what Ryan does. It's the safest play to do right now. So
I agree, and I think like playing pretty safe here and not being the one to start an engage, uh, not be the first one to expose your character to the fight and like be engaged is probably the best way to go if you want to win this.
Yep. All right. Okay, so there we go. Makes a lot of sense. And look, he's looking to put his character. Considering Cable's range, Cable's also got a move and a body slide, so he could really get X23, even if she was as far away deployed as possible. I think, um, which is why we might see Ryan just put her as close to the middle of the board as possible, so she can rotate into the fight next round. So
Yep.
there we go. Yeah, it's seems reasonable. I guess you could like the only thing I would say here is like you could get extra particular and like map out Cable's opportunities, like our Cable's threat range totally. But I think Ryan is assuming Cable is not going to chase after X23 at this point.
Yeah, that would make sense. He's already functionally covering two portals at the same time, just to
Yeah.
be able to place and shoot them twice. I don't think he wants to go with Cable if he doesn't have a juicy
So
target to
this is
go in.
where I think this is where Greg would pass if he is gonna pass. But I but if not, I think we're just gonna see Zemo grab a cube and rotate or something like something maybe
Uh,
right beside Toad, so that he
that
gets rerolls. That'd be
that
my
would
guess.
probably be my guess. Also giving Cable rerolls an additional reroll. It's pretty juicy there.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think we see a pass here. More Ryan measuring things, but I
yeah,
would not
yeah.
be surprised.
Do you have to deploy your Red Skull grunts during deployment? You must have to, right? I think you do. It would be interesting if you didn't have to, and then you could basically it'd put you in situations where you didn't get caught in this whole passing trap, or I don't want to call it trap, but like you wouldn't
Yeah,
get put in this spot. But I don't know. Who do you go with now? I think you do the same thing that with Zemo. You grab this cube here. You stay back for now. You're gonna have a charge in next round.
yeah, I'd either do that or go with Bucky here. Probably just a forward to forward him
He does
and be
have
able,
stealth.
yeah, and probably be able to go with Red Skull afterward to park him next to Bucky for that cover and soldat trigger. Because
Yeah.
here reasonably Bucky could like move forwards, do hit and run on Toad, which while not great, if you can get a couple damage in, it's pretty free. And you take the shots you get.
Okay.
So big decisions getting made here.
Vodka Blitz, are there any events you're going to in the near future?
Not for a couple weeks. I think the biggest upcoming events like are going to be this summer. I am planning to attend the Atlantic City Open earlier in June. Um, is it in June? Let me just double check my calendar.
I think I just saw like the tickets went up.
Yeah, they went up not too long ago. Um, 24.
And you won that a couple years ago. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. First LVO qualifier I played and won it with, to a lot of people's surprise, with X-Men back in the day, where there were much maligned, surprisingly.
Were X23 and was X23
Yeah,
out at that time?
yeah, they had just released prior to that event.
Right, right, okay.
But yeah, it's in mid-June, and I have a team tournament in Boston 2 weeks earlier.
Ah, very cool. How long does it take you to get to Boston?
About 4.5 hours,
Oh,
so
that's
it's
totally
a
doable.
very reasonable drive.
Yeah. Are you going with like other people in from your from
Yeah,
Montreal?
from my locals. Since it's a team event, yes,
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
we're hopefully sending 2 teams in and travel through a minivan because one of us has a lot of kids, so it's easy
Very
to just
cool.
take
There you
them
go.
out.
It makes the 4 hour drive feel like really not nothing at all, really. That's very
You know,
cool.
so looking forward to that since we're going to be like half our WTC team. So
Ah, good
gonna,
practice.
gonna make for soft practice.
Yeah, especially the restrictions are there like what are the restrictions? Are they the same as
They're
WTC?
pretty,
Were just
yeah,
characters?
they're the same, just characters.
All right, very perfect. Then it is very similar enough that it will feel the power level will be slightly less
Yeah.
than a regular singles event.
Yeah, and honestly, that's something I'm looking forward. I've played only a couple team events so far, and they've been super fun. So really looking forward to getting like those pseudo WTC games and
Yeah.
WTC practice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I the next major thing I have is squad goals, which is also the same
Nice.
same limitations that you were describing. I think it's probably then maybe only a couple weeks apart if you're the way you're describing that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
May 18th
Pretty
and 19th, and there's still spots open. And there's
nice.
so hoping that we get hopefully a few more teams sign up. Is the event that you're the team event you're going to full, or is there still spots available?
There's still spots available as far as I know, but they had, well, I think almost 20 teams so far.
Right, that's a
So
lot. Yeah, I think that's comparable to what squad goals is at right now too. So very cool. All right, so
yeah,
looks like Greg ultimately did not pass, and he did go with Zemo to pick up a cube. And it looks like Ryan has responded with the same idea here, grabbing a cube with Zemo, put him behind cover. X-Force can ignore cover inside of range 3 with the leadership trigger, but uh, but you'd have to commit Cable into a dangerous zone if you were wanting to take away cover from Zemo.
no, I like going with Psylocke here. Maybe you'll even be able to get a shot at X23 with Psybow.
I,
Oh,
th- I think he
but that
measured
looks
it. I think he was out when I was
out.
looking, but
Yeah, it looks a little too far, but
yeah,
if you
that
can get,
looks like a range 5 situation.
yeah, and I don't think she gets there either. Oh, yeah, she's still falling short. So, ooh, going on the central portal, which I don't dislike too
She has
much,
stealth as well, so it
but
means that Bucky would have to get closer if he wanted to take shots at her.
yeah, but I think Red Skull would also probably be able to get a shot in, which
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
confident she can take. Um, Great. So what is Psylocke doing
She's
next? I
probably just gonna move to that barricade in the middle and get cover. That's my guess.
honestly I could very well see her move to the dark portal and flip it. So either
Mm,
way she goes, she's out of range of Red Skull, and contesting a point to
yeah,
score it. So
I take that. I think that's also a good option. Looks like he's. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the better option. If you get like going into both Bob and X23 here with the martial artist means you could very likely succeed. Looks like he is just going to go up to the barricade though, outside of range 3. So
yeah,
he's really setting up a short advance, like the his next turn to have 2 power and be
short
able
advance.
to get in there with 7 dice mystic attack into X23 or something like that.
Yeah. The thing I don't like here is that it probably lets Ryan take control of the secures and get ahead on PTs here.
Yeah, I don't think he minds too much. But this is tricky. Like they're both teams are playing basically like the same game plan here. They both brought a 4. They both brought a 5 threat leader with a 4, 2 threes, and a 2. So it's it's pretty interesting to see how these characters will interact. But I
for
mean, X
sure.
Force is fine to go down because
Yeah,
like
but
they're
I
gonna
think with
kill.
8 VPs on the board, going down too much makes you risk losing the game pretty fast. Like if Ryan
Yeah.
scores 5 to Greg's 3 here, he could realistically aim for a 4 round game and get away on VP.
Right, that is
So
true.
to be careful to thread that needle delicately.
Yeah, with okay, looks like man, yeah. Uh he might win all three secures here with the grunts scoring that bottom one basically guaranteed. And then
Yeah, that's what I would expect. So it's like it's a little rough. And if Greg passes here, he's also going to start with Cryo, which I think is really big here.
yeah, so I think that Greg is at this point I think it's time to you're gonna go with Prio, is what I think. You're gonna like you're not gonna pass. And you're gonna take one hit from Red Skull. That's my guess as to what he's thinking, which is tough because like Cable doesn't have any way to like bring that health back. Or I mean, he has a spender, but like he doesn't have any practical way to bring his health back. Or like whereas X23 does, and
Yeah,
so I don't know. I'd be worried about Cable taking a hit. He could get one shot for God's sake.
yeah, because Red Skull's gainer counting blanks punches super super hard, so
Yeah.
it's something you got to be careful about.
Okay. So we're looking like it's a Bucky activation here. He's getting within 2 of Zemo. He's already started his activation because he has now 2 power. So the question is he going to pay that 2 power to get a hit and run? If he does the damage, he could even hit the portal. He's
True,
looking for
big.
line of sight on Toad here, and he could hit the portal and then be on a safer position
Yeah,
rather than right in the middle of the board for Cable to just start slamming.
I would expect a hit and run here. Oh,
He
doesn't
did
look
not
like
pay for it. Okay.
a shot. Showing 2, so Toad
Oh,
would
oh, you
want
know
to
what?
put.
If he attacked Cable here, he could have hit them with that wild suppressive. Like so, he's gonna lose power. So Toad doesn't have any power to lose from suppressive. So it looks like 1 damage on Toad after if you consider cover.
Yeah, so I
There
would
it
expect Toad
goes.
1. Yep.
Yep, and the wild is suppressive. I believe is before damage.
Yes,
It's
it
like
is.
half of a sap.
So here we have Bucky done. Um,
Oh crap!
hmm.
Oh, the game is over. All right. Um.
Yeah, good call. Soft low, like the kill box on Cable's place. Is it? Yeah, advanced place works, so you could definitely see Bucky blow up that side is 3 if Cable goes near it.
Okay. Just finished recording the East bracket second chance finals, so I'm gonna be streaming that um, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. It'll just be the replay stream, but that will have concluded streaming 4 out of 5 of the final second chance finals. The Europe one, I don't know. If they play it on the weekend, I would be able to record it, but usually the Europeans play their games at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon for me, so it doesn't really work out. All right.
All right. Oh, I got spoilers that I won't share here for the East bracket final.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's we'll see how it goes. It's
yep.
I mean I've streamed plenty of replay streams where I already knew the result and it is what it is. It's more about the
I'll respect the
yeah,
at least the
exactly.
watchers. For people in the chat, not spoil it, but
Yeah.
uh, it's going to be a spicy one. I've heard.
All right, so Brady's saying can definitely see a kill box coming to Cable if he body slides. Oh yeah, that's very cool. You might see that, especially since it will take away a terrain throw option available to him. Yes.
And just counting as a size 3 collision here is like super, super free if you can get it, especially into Gable. Because he won't have power to brace if he just
Oh man, Greg is about to fall into the trap too, right? Because he's measuring a a terrain throw position off of that. It's very interesting.
probably looking that if he takes damage from the silo or the container to throw the other one at
I was
Bucky.
yeah, you're right. I can see that happening too. He might, but the problem is Cable might block enough to not be able to throw it because it's a size 3. Hold on, he could yeah. So I mean that would actually be a win for Cable though, because then he's already You'd be oh actually hold on. You'd spend 2 power to body slide. You get the trigger off of uh the terrain explosion, and then now you'd have to take 3 damage from the terrain to throw the other one at Bucky.
Yep. But you could still like get your 2 attacks first
Yeah,
and
yeah. Oh,
then
that's fair. Yeah. You could also just take 4 on Cable, and it's like, man, Red Skull hasn't even activated, and Cable's already half dead. Ooh, that would be
yeah, that'd be devastating.
tough. Kill box is so you'd have to end up within range 4. Oh, look
Yeah,
at that. Greg's got the range 4 out.
he's looking at
He
that.
knows about the trap here. All right. Yes. Greg is a very knowledgeable player. I've played him. I have played against him. I think I've gotten a couple lucky recently against him where the dice did not work out for him. He's beat me before on a top table, and we were also teammates at one point where him and I and Mark, who is also a strong Canadian player, all 4-0'd the event, the team
Very
event.
cool.
It was a very fun experience for us. I mean, I don't know about our opponents, but we had fun.
That's what matters.
Yeah. Okay. Looks
Ooh,
like
trying to get
Cable did a move
a
action
shot.
here, right? Is that yeah? No, he did body slide. Okay.
So probably trying to get a shot into X23 here, try to soften them up for next round. Prepare her for a Psylocke attack.
All right. Oops. Yes. He will have priority, so that's maybe he's looking to. And it looks like he's going to be out of range of Red Skull attack too, or so from what I'm seeing on the positioning options
Yeah, that's
here. He really
what it,
wants to get in 3, but at this point, it's
Psylocke
too
is.
greedy.
Psylocke is into the way.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. He's not getting hit by the trap either, so that's good for Greg. Good smart play there. All right, so just throw an incinerate onto X23,
I think you
maybe.
could realistically target Bob to try to fish for like the surprise days and tie the.
Oh, I like that too. Yeah, I think. Yeah, he's going into Bob for. He's going to try to hit the.
You still have your leadership reroll, so you could like fish for a spike, and we're already
Ooh,
4.
two. He
Oh,
needs.
but Bob is blocking
Yeah,
2.
we can reroll that skull though. He didn't skull out, so he's got 1 reroll
Oh,
available to him.
Bob blocks
Oh.
3. Bob lives.
All right, well he's gonna throw the. He's gonna hopefully get an incinerator or something on. All right, he misses the incinerate, but
Stealing the 1.
wow, Bob has the exact same
Brutal.
amount of. He has the same exact profile as the Hydra agents, right? Hydra Bobs. So it's like yeah, it's like trying to take out the Hydra. I'm right in saying that, right? Like
They
one,
have
two,
1.
two,
Yeah,
and
Bob
Bob
is
is
1
two. Oh,
physical.
he's 1 physical difference. Wow. Okay. All right. So he's like a superstar agent. Is what.
Yeah, he has a name, right? So
Yeah.
he's.
Yeah. Well, look at that. Cable couldn't take out a grunt basically. And damn, that's a triple block there, is what we just saw.
Yep. Yeah, but I really like Bob here with
He's
Red
hitting
Skull
the
2 and
portal. He's
Central.
hitting the portal to get them to get.
Where
Where
is
is
he
he going?
going?
Oh, wherever he wants.
Yeah, but they do have free interacts, so
Yeah, yeah. he's just gonna position so that Cable is annoyed that he can't just walk right through them to get on the point.
Yep.
Trying to just be an ass, I guess. And is Red Skull going to go onto the other secure to win 3 secures and 2? Just like you said, it's going to be a uh, it's going to
Yeah,
be a 5-3
5.
discrepancy here for Ryan. Ryan's going to be up 2 VPs. Maybe. Looks like. All right, yeah, he's going. He's going for the secure. All right, yeah, I really like the opening that Ryan had here.
Yep, same. Just like 5 VP is still threatening a lot. Like you could realistically threaten to score out fairly well. So it's going to be putting a harder clock on Greg here.
Yeah. Okay. Look, it's 6.
Right.
Yeah.
5-3 here.
Okay. All right. It seems like reasonable decisions on both sides here. Greg is he's tried to set up a attack with Psylocke into X23. So let's see if that ends up being what he does. Both players do have sacrifice available to them.
Yeah, which is something that would make me wary about going with Psylocke first. I think you have a pretty good argument for going with X23 if you're Greg, just to like force the frenzy trigger on
Yes.
Bob to get all the extra attacks in the world on X23 if you can.
Yeah, I like that. I like the frenzy. That's the one thing that X23 has going for her on Greg's side is that you've got Bob and the troopers. So you're
Yeah,
gonna. I think we might see like 3 frenzy triggers this game, right? We might see one every round if
yeah,
going forward
that's
here.
that's a definite possibility. Here, Ryan getting all the extra power in the world. Which is one of the reasons I actually like Bob with Red Skull 2, because with his gainer, he gets to build power surprisingly fast, and you can build enough power before you throw his rocket, um, so that when you fire it and get dazed, the next round after, you're already ready to reload and fire it again.
Right, right.
Uh,
Reloading
I
takes an action, but you're getting basically
Yeah,
back-to-back 9 dice attacks off of a 2 threat. Seems and it's
yes.
with the auto 2 damage around it. Is that how that works?
Yep.
Uh,
I've had it done to me, I want to say 2 years ago at LVO during a practice run on the Friday. And it was really, really surprising. Like, it was also in one of the semifinals where Bob got to throw 2 rockets in a row on the Hulk. And let me tell you, it does deal some good damage.
Okay, looks like we're seeing 3 dice
Cable
rolled here. So, oh, Cable's going.
3, I presume. Yeah. Into X23, so we see proximity rerolls. So far showing 4. I think I would use. Oh no, that's enough to daze her already.
Wow, that's pretty bad. Is he gonna burn the card right away? Exceptional healing, is it gonna be gone? Cable hasn't even done anything else. Like, I mean, he hasn't done
Yep.
any actions or one
So
action.
yeah, X23 would daze right here if he does an exceptional.
Hmm.
Um.
I would kind of like let her die and just like set it. Now you know if you have priority and just start going into
So
Cable.
so would I. Especially since like it doesn't actually save her. Probably like he can
Yeah.
just come again,
You're gonna
put her in.
lose. Okay, he's taking it. Yeah, there you go. Because now you can teleport Red Skull in and just daze Cable, and then like I mean like you don't have to do that right away, but like later in the round you could do that, and then top of round you could just KO him off the board. So sacrifice is going to be pretty key for Greg here. Let's see if he holds on to it this round, or let's see what he does. But Cable
Ooh, look to throw Turin at the ground side. Don't dislike that, but it looks like they're too far away
looks
for it.
like he's out. I think. Killing the grunts though means that they're just gonna spawn where Red Skull is, and then Red Skull's gonna teleport into the action, leaving the grunts like in on the board edge, and just getting 1 VP around. So it's like it's it's an interesting spot. You just You've lost priority, so you might as well start taking out activations. Let's see,
Yeah,
he's gonna try to
I
clip. He's
agree.
gonna try to clip Bob here.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the right call. I think I would still attack Bob.
I'd
Uh,
attack the agents and I'd throw the terrain at Bob. Is what I think.
oh, that's fair. Yeah, you throw the terrain first, see how it goes. Size 2 here. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Because then if you don't get Bob, you can shoot him, and if you actually get him, you can just shoot the agents. Um,
Okay, well
size
that's
2?
what size was that? Was
No,
that
no,
size
no,
2?
no. Yeah, size 2.
So he takes 2 exactly. Okay, he
Yeah.
needed to block
Bob
2 there.
goes down.
All right, and now yeah, you just you could take a
Attack.
move action, but like you're playing on intrusions, like they're gonna swarm you no matter what you do. So
Yeah, I think just grabbing the.
shoot, you my gosh, shoot the agents.
Yeah.
It's if it does the only thing it does really here though is it really only gets you more power for your shield, and it
Yeah.
of course it stops the grunts from getting 2 4 dice attacks into you because those could just of course like just completely uh ruin someone's day.
I
Let's see if
agree. Like, we really have to not undersell and underestimate how good 3-4 die attack are. Ooh, grunts are
oh my gosh, they're doing it. Wait,
blocking
how do
two.
they roll that many dice?
They have 2 dice from energy attack, so
Oh,
they
energy.
roll.
It's energy. Yeah, of course, of course.
Ooh, so just dealing 1 and incinerating them.
Oh my goodness. The grunts. The grunts
Those
are
those
tanking.
2 die defense pool have been doing some overtime so far.
Okay. All right, so that's Cable done. He's got at least he's got power enough to boost 1 shield, but oh wait, did he spend the power for that? That cube? He
Yep,
must have already earlier, I think.
he did already when
Yeah,
he
before.
just after he takes Bob, he spent
Yeah.
1 for the cube.
Okay, I see it now. All right. Yeah, man, I'd love to see those grunts go off the board and him have and Cable have 2 more power there for a couple of shields, but all right, so now Ryan's probably looking to um hmm. Let's see, what is he looking to do here? He's got Zemo and Red Skull and Bucky, and he's got to worry about Psylocke, and he's got to worry about Zemo and X-23. That's a
Yeah,
lot. That's a lot to worry about.
I think here I would probably try to go into Psylocke if I can, just to take her off the board because she is very threatening to Red Skull, and if she gets to activate, she's very likely to just daze him.
Yeah, so you're saying you just shoot. You've got the grunts outside of range 2, it looks like. So you
Yeah,
just shoot, try to get damage through on her, and then you teleport Red Skull in and just take it. Just whammy.
that's probably what I would do, and hopefully you can even place Red Skull close enough to Bucky and still be within range 3 of Psylocke, like just to be in the middle to have your Soldat be online and be able to punch her fairly hard.
Yeah, so the interesting thing here is that because Cable dazed 2 characters, Ryan can now daze a character that hasn't activated and
And still
still
fire.
have priority. So he can go with Red Skull now and go with like Bucky or Zemo and go after Cable after uh after he dazes Psylocke and yes, and do those things and still maintain prio.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Just because, like, if Psylocke gets to go here, she's uh with only 2 power. Maybe she's not going into Red Skull still. So maybe we see a. All right. So Zemo get into the point.
He's
Maybe
got
even do
3
a master.
power.
Yeah, maybe do a Master Swordsman on the other Zemo.
So what's is he
Sorry, a
gonna
Steel Rod, or even Builder if he can get
Yeah, can
there.
you get? I
With
was
that-
just thinking about that. Like, can you build her? Because then if you get enough power, if you get 1 power off of that, you're ooh, that's close. But the line of sight might be an issue. But if you get 1 power off that, you could spend her Zemo and then get it back onto the intrusion portal.
Yep.
Um, hmm.
I think Bucky would also be a decent choice here, just to get more shots into Toad. Like, you hit and run, go into the middle pack, go into the onto the middle point, and then shoot Toad again.
Yeah.
Uh,
I like that. Yeah, because the slippery, because the he'll run away with the slippery, but you have a hit and run, so you get to medium move towards his wherever he went, and get him again. I like that a lot. Like Toad, I think Toad is like not great here because like you really need him getting you two VPs, because he's not going to be doing many attacks in the game. So you really and because he has no way to heal, any damage you put on Toad is like that many rounds less that he can be
Relevant.
like yeah, scoring points. So right now Toad has 3 + 3. He has 6 rounds he could hold that cube for. If you put 3 damage on him now, he's only got 3 rounds, and he's just that easy to that much. He's just very easy to take out when he's injured, and yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
The mid having all the objectives on the midline and Toad not wanting to be anywhere near there is a problem for that character choice.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting as much value as you can from Toad there. So here, if you're Ryan, who do you go with? Oh, going with Red Skull and going with a Grunt is not terrible. Oh, looks like that's what we're gonna see. So yeah, Grunt's going into Toads. Toad probably no. Toad just blocking one. Ninjas. Troopers dealing one. Yeah. We obviously see a slippery here. And here I think you can even just roll again with the troopers to go where Red Skull is, just to be able to score points away from the melee.
Okay.
Fun fact for the people at home: slippery does not require you to move away from the character that attacked you.
Yeah. It does require damage though, which is what I mix up with Bullseye. Bullseye's parting shot does not require damage, but Toad's slippery does require you to have taken damage.
Yep.
That is a very fun fact. Yeah, aren't we having fun? Oh man. All right. He's getting out of line of sight of Red Skull, it looks like here is the plan.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think that's a fair plan. I honestly expect the troopers to move here, just either flip the portal, get another attack, flip the portal.
He's outside of 2 of Psylocke, right? Do you remember if they saw them check that? It looks like it, but
yeah, looks outside of 2, but I don't remember if they checked it or not.
okay. Yeah, all right. So now Toad's his clock is getting closer to getting dazed. One more damage on him and he's dazed this at the end of this round.
Yep. And once he's dazed, he's just so much more fragile.
So
Like
you
really...
could okay. What if you saw him interact on the portal and then interact again to get on the middle, but it repositioned in a spot to hit Toad?
Honestly, I really don't dislike that. You could you place yourself in a way you'd get line of sight on Toad though?
I think so. I think you could.
Yeah, I think you could. Would that be honestly? I think that would be the spicy thing to do.
All right, so he's going into Cable though. Cable's got cover. Yeah. So let's see if he takes any damage. So he's basically doing the plan that we were talking about earlier.
Classic grunts things.
Oh no. Oh goodness.
Is this 5-on-4 die? Classic grunt.
Oh my goodness, dude. Cable takes
Something
4 damage on a Garand attack. All right.
I think if you're Ryan, you double down on this opportunity and teleport Red Skull to finish Cable off.
Yeah. Oh, but like, oh man, Psylocke might lose. Dude, I wouldn't. I don't know if I would. I'd use Bucky. I'd use Bucky to do it. I'd kill Psylocke here. Here's still.
You can go through the portal, finish Cable off, and portal else.
Okay, that's fair. And your grunts are gonna be out of there too, so it's not like Psylocke has any targets, would have any targets that are too close. Alright. Whoa, we're not the grunts. Oh, the grunts didn't teleport. Surprising. I
Okay,
thought they would have.
just staying where they are.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go Red Skull into Zemo here. Okay, so he's keeping Red Skull back. He's look. I think maybe the plan is to daze Cable as an opening action instead of looking for a round 3 KO here. Then is what
That's fair.
we're guesstimating here. Let's see if Zemo survives. Even he has cover, but he's against a monster. Ooh, we got the triggers. Both triggers. 4 damage. 4
Blocks.
blocks on Zemo. Oh my goodness. Does Zemo clap back here for 2 power? Probably not. Not. It's too early. But that's huge block.
Yeah, I wouldn't clap back just because it stops you from charging and
Yeah.
engaging.
Yep.
But yeah, oof, that is brutal. Oh, so we're getting the push here. Back pushing on Toad.
All right. What's he setting up here? I wonder if he's setting anything up or like he's probably thinking. There's no real way you can get a crappy activation out of Zemo when he's got that charge online. So maybe Toad takes Zemo's cube and runs to the corner and dies. Yeah, you get 3 turns where you're guaranteed to score 2 VPs with Toad on that clock with Toad.
Yeah.
So
Which,
that seems reasonable. I could see that.
yeah, but if you're not leading with VPs, like your Toad not being proactive there functionally means you're playing 2 threat down, right? For your game plan.
Yeah, you are. I mean, yeah. Each of these characters would have to carry a heavier load. That is for sure. Okay,
I mean,
Zemo is clap. Hold on. What did Zemo? How does Zemo fall? He's
Zemo
falling
got pushed
back.
by the. Oh, all right. Yeah, that was
Oh,
fall
this
back.
is not good, dude. We're about to see Red Skull teleport and then kill Baron Zemo, or like you know what I mean. Like that's the option available to him. I don't know.
That
I
was
know this fallback doesn't. He's already out of range. Ah, I don't like this. But let's see what Greg does with it.
yeah.
My gut is telling me it's not essential.
I agree. I don't think falling back here is the right play. Because now, yeah, he probably just gets to try to teleport and daze Zemo, but that would leave him open to Psylocke.
Yeah. The thing is, like Red Skull having only 1 attack means
He's not
he's not gonna get
fully.
anyone. He's just like he could get Zemo and Zemo's position here against the portal is actually really good. It makes it
Yep.
um hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it like you're. It's not. I guess the material difference between where Zemo is now and where fallback gets him means that um it means that you just wasted 2 power for not a lot. You know, the value you just got out of that card isn't crazy. He is holding a cube though, right? Isn't he holding a
Yeah.
cube? So
Yeah.
maybe still like I don't know. Uh
Oh, are we seeing? No,
no,
no
no, we're just
Psylocke.
Could you imagine if he fell into that? Oh man. Okay.
I think
Wait, hold on. The
here.
push could the push of Red Skull couldn't the push of Red Skull trigger that kill box when it
Oh,
advance or
yeah.
place? No, it can't. It only pushes wouldn't work or throws wouldn't work.
Oh, yeah. I don't dislike it. You use your advance to try to get a pot shot at Toad. It's not too bad, since uh, Greg's Zemo's on 0 power and just pretty sad with life at the moment.
Yeah, as long as you see the bases, which is what that is, looks like that's possible. You're not gonna have any line of sight issues if you move in the direction that Ryan is looking to move. Ryan is a very strong player. He's made it to I don't know how far he's made it in seasons before season 8, but I know that I played him in the semifinals of season 8. So he's made it
He's a
deep
solid
into the cuts
player.
before of the TTS league. So he's a good player.
Yep. And even here in the second chances, like it's single elimination. Once you lose, you're out of the running. So just being able to go to the finals now, like this has been a 5 round cuts.
I think this is the four. Oh, maybe it was 5, but
Yeah, I think this is the 5th round of Central.
oh yeah, it must be if they're in the same week as the finals took place, and the finals was 5 rounds. Yeah, you're right. So this is
So like
both
the
players
second
4-0.
chances have been like super grueling so far.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
And
there we
here,
go. Toad goes down.
yep, this is huge. I don't think Red Skull can pick it up, but maybe he
Hmm.
can. Ooh, that looks super
I
tight.
think we saw a medium move come out from him, but oh, that looks
Oh,
that looks in.
that
What do you
looks
think?
in.
You saw it?
And hit and wild. No,
Oh
hit.
man, is that in? Oh,
Oh no, we see the
they are
pickup.
agreeing that it's in. All right, great. I love when players work together to find a solution, if possible.
And I think Days and Toad here is pretty free. You take your victory.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, see now the problem that Toad is gonna have is that he is not going to be doing anything for the rest of the game practically.
Yeah. While Bob still has a rocket in his hand.
And can't die. He's like invulnerable now.
Only when he's not activated.
Yes, yes, yes. I don't see him being a priority activation though. So
Nope.
I guess like yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. Krunstall, hey, how's it going? Join like yeah, exactly. You've nailed it. It's looking like it's a pretty good game so far. Lots of tough decisions. Yeah, that's right. I love the constant terror of the kill box. Oh yeah, that is a very cool combo. And with Hydra being Hydra means that Red's or Bucky's gonna have power more often, enough power to fuel it more often than in maybe other affiliations that he can play sold at.
X23 spender. No.
Patrick's asking how many second chances are left. There's the East bracket, which just wrapped up, and there's a Europe bracket. So this is the third of 5. The East bracket, I I was gonna stream it, but there's been a change of plans, and that game will not be streamed. So, uh, yeah,
The East bracket?
yeah, the East bracket game is not going to be streamed. Apparently, I mean, just it is what it is. One of the players would prefer. I mean, that's just what it is. I'm not going to get into it, but so you can check out that game. I believe TG Lord won that game, right? Vodka Blitz.
Yes.
So
16-2.
yeah, so so that means that we have a Montreal player has made it into the top cut. I think TG Lord's been in top cut a couple times now, right? I think.
Uh, this will be his second time.
Okay.
Like this season was his second TTS season, and he's made cut the first time he went through.
Yeah. And then there's the European bracket, which has 3 players that are 4-0. We got Johnny Pastrami, you got Liam, and you had oh man, I'm forgetting the other player.
I'll
Uh,
I'll pull it up.
yes,
There's
yes. Wait, hold on. No, Liam. Wait, hold on. Liam can't be in it. He was in the cut.
no,
It was
he was.
someone else.
Here I'm seeing. It looks like Angus
Yeah.
won it.
Yes. That's who it was. Yes. So and then there's a third player that's 4-0. I think Johnny Pastrami had the pair down. So he needs to win his game if he wants the European if he wants to get the European
Take that
bracket to
up.
go one more game.
Yep.
Um,
So here, Bucky into Zemo.
all right. So we saw okay, so what did we see with what did Greg do here? Greg went with X23 and
And
he
chased the grunts and went back into the point to
okay,
score
that makes sense. Yeah.
with the spender.
Yeah. Next season will be we'll see how it goes, man. Players are getting better and better.
Yeah, the second chances are also getting a lot bigger. Like we see 30, like 20, 30 players in these second chances. Like the Europe second chance, I just pulled it up, almost had 60 players
I
in
know,
it. Like
that's
that's
crazy.
super cutthroat.
That's as many players that were in the Swiss pairings for like each of the Eastern and Central brackets. As many players signed up for that, where there's literally only one winner in the whole bracket.
Yep.
It's pretty cutthroat. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? You basically have 10 events that lead into the top cut, and 5 of them are winners only, and 5 of them are 5-1s. Pretty cool. All right, so we have Bucky going into Zemo here. So now we're seeing. Oh man, oh goodness.
Oh wow.
Zemo
All
just
right.
got annihilated. Oh man.
Zemo just dropping like a fly.
Patrick saying
Um,
goes 3-3 every time here. Well, yeah, you got to make it over that hill. Got to get to 4-2.
and honestly, 3-3 in the league is pretty good. Like, there's a lot of players and just a lot of very good players in these leagues. So, like, uh, if you win half your games, it's already really good. Like,
Yeah.
don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, the second chancers the second chancers are the second chancers are the bottom of the barrel. They have to if the bracket is uneven, like there's 34 players that make cut or something like that, the
They're
second
gonna
chancers
have
are
to
going to have
help
to be
you
paired
up,
into each other to make
which
it
is
in.
super grueling. Like, imagine here you're like Angus and you're 5-0 in like the 60, almost 60 player European bracket to just like have to still fight for your spot in cuts. It is.
You know what? The thing though, I think the second chancers have an advantage, right? They get to play the Swiss rounds with no pressure at all. That's what I did. I mean, that last season, season
Same.
12, I made it because I won second chance in season 11, and I just played whatever I wanted to in season 11, and didn't. I was making jokes saying I was going to go 1-5 and still win the season. but yeah, like it was very chill. I think they have an advantage because they don't have that mental load that everyone else has been kind of under for that everyone else who is really trying to like do the best they can and pushing themselves, because of course there's those players and there's players that are just playing to get games in and have fun,
Yeah.
uh, and there's players that there's a degree, basically everyone is like on the spectrum of how hard they how I don't know, try hard they
How
want to
hard
be.
they're, yeah.
Try hard is like the best way to
I,
say it, I guess.
I get you. Like, just like this season, season 13, I lost my first round, and just like, if you lose another one, you're just straight out. So it's a lot of pressure. I
Yeah,
still managed to submarine my way through and win the round weeks 2 to 6,
yeah,
but you're losing it out. So
yeah. That was pretty
just
crazy. I think I lost rounds 4 and 5. So I was like, I think that's where I was. No, no, sorry, that doesn't make sense. I lost round 4, and then I had to win back to back 5 and 6,
dang.
and that was intense. Actually, I had my game 6 was against a munch Quebec. I don't know if
Nice.
Longheaver, is he in your meta or at all, or
Yes.
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very tough match. That week 6 match to make it into cuts is probably just as hard as any other cut match in just already, because the players obviously had to go 4-1 at least.
Yep.
Uh, so yeah, that was I remember that being a very tough match. But
Um,
yeah,
he's very good. I think honestly one of his biggest strengths is just leveraging the pass part of Kingpin's leadership. He's just like really, really good at it. He's made cuts, I think, also once or twice on the 2, 3 seasons he played. So we're we're pretty lucky to have like a really, really good meta here.
yeah, that is really nice. Looks like Bucky, he
Moved and
moved and
teleport.
is hitting that portal to get. He's leaving the cube there for picking up on Zemo,
Psylocke.
maybe. Oh no, Psylocke could pick it up. Okay, I see. So who does Psylocke? Now, this is the problem with man. Psylocke has no good targets here. She
I
has no
think
good
I
targets.
would still probably go into Red Skull. Like, she could move. Oh no, if she picks up the point, she can't do her short advance. So, oh, she could do it. Do a side bow.
Ooh, and Red Skull's on his energy defense.
Oh yeah, I think that's what you do. Like you do your short advance. Oh, you can't pick up the cube if you
You might just leave the
cube
can't
on the
be
ground.
sold that shot.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, she can't be shot at because
because
she
she has
has.
stealth. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty clever. I don't dislike
Makes
it.
sense. I mean, everything's making sense here. Okay. At least when she does the attack, she has the choice of like what she wants to do next. Like if she, if, like for example, if she like spikes like crazy here, she doesn't have to get into range 2 of Red Skull or anything like that. Um, everything coming up Bellhouse. Let's see what happens with this attack. He's got 4 dice with a X-Force reroll if she wants it, but maybe saves it for a bigger attack if she gets their hit trigger with that pursuit on it.
Oh,
Ooh,
jeez, Louise, that
spades.
is a brutal hit.
1 block. Rolls the crit. It's a skull. The question is, do you take it or do you just wait, hold on. What her spender's range 2, right? Oh, he's
Drink.
popping leadership. He has no intention of going towards Red Skull, looks like. So pops leadership. The telekinetic katana's range 2, yeah. All right. Oh, only 2 damage. Oh yeah, because the skull didn't convert. Wait, hold on. There should be 3 cover because of the
Yeah, cover
soldat.
from Soldats.
Oh man, that's
Not too
that's
bad.
pretty good.
She still gets her advance, so she'll be able to shoot Red Skull, to slap Red Skull for 7 Mystic if she wants. Um,
Yeah, but he still gets cover, right? Like even though
yep,
because of that. Oh man, or soldat's pretty good.
yep. I think you might as well just throw another Cybo there. Like you can get unpunished. She's gonna score 2.
Yeah, looks like
So
that's
yeah.
what we're seeing. You're right. Good call.
Wow, another really good
Oh
hit. That's a
man. Oh, and no
3.
blocks here, so 2 damage at least. Uh,
Yep. Here, I think I would spend 1 power for 1 reroll, just to try to fish an extra hit.
yeah, you're probably taking damage anyway.
Yeah. And she is already gonna get an extra power from the cube, so I think I'd just, yep,
Yeah,
spend 1.
there it
Yeah.
goes. Might as well.
Like, if you get 3 hits here, you're just super happy.
Oh, there it is. 3 damage through. Lou living on 2. Red Skull's on 1 after the cube damage now. Look at that.
Yep.
Psylocke doing some good work there, even through cover. Oh, hold on. She's outside of 3. Okay, so maybe if she should have got inside of 3, but Red Skull probably just like just
Oh, that's
annihilates her.
cool.
Right. At least make Red Skull have to earn his attacks in the Psylocke with move
Wait, even
actions.
cover here, he would take 3, right?
He might have
Yeah.
forgot cover, or hold on.
No, no,
No,
he's
no,
got
he
3.
got it right. Because the
Yeah.
cube's gonna put him on 1, is what I was saying.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it could force an early activation out of Red Skull. Yeah, so let's see if that next round, of course. So, yeah, okay. At least
Spending
she has martial
5.
artist here, so let's see if Zemo can punch through that defense.
Yeah,
I think you're really only doing this to stop the VP. Like the main thing here is contesting, I think.
I agree. Just
But
try to
the damage is just
slow.
bonus.
You
All right. Cable boosted her shield. She's
know,
counting 5 with blanks now. Pretty
yeah,
good.
I think that's the right call. You just don't want to have Zemo be
Roll
able to
really
hit
good.
you martial artist.
Oh, look at the good roll from Greg.
Um,
Yeah, that's
yep,
enough blocks at all.
yep.
Yep.
Fish for the bleed, I guess.
Nope.
Yeah, not doing any damage here is huge, just because it means Zemo can't use Master Swordsman.
That's right.
So we send another strike. I think I'd be tempted to let the second one slide, just to because you know he can't go with all rerolls yet. So
He's debating. What's he debating? Doing another attack in a Psylocke?
probably doing another shield. Like
Oh, Greg's. You think Greg's debating on
yeah,
the shield? Yeah, you just throw another shield on her, dude. You need to save the. You need to save your freaking models.
but
Oh.
5 against 3 counting blanks is not so bad. Like now you made sure he didn't get Master Swordsman, so
So
I
and,
think
here's what's interesting about this is that like of all this like damage that's taken place, they both only lost a 3 threat and a 2 threat, and their 5 threat leader is the most damaged on their team. That is still
yeah,
healthy. So it's like the damage it's like been pretty even across the board so far.
another pretty big block from Psylocke, blocking 3 here, still taking no damage, but getting bleed.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So that was really big for Psylocke.
Well, 5 dice counting blanks usually blocks pretty well.
Okay, so what are we looking at for score here? We're looking at Greg is going to go up 1 more point than Ryan, I think. So yes, it's a 1 point game now. Um, he does have more cubes, which means he's going to take more damage than Ryan's team. But this is pretty, this is really even matchup going into the next round here. Yeah,
If you're Ryan, do you go with Red Skull or not? This is the big.
I think you do. He's got the amount of damage output he has. Oh, but I see the problem is he's off the point. So
Yeah, and if he does that, he probably like it probably means his Greg's cable gets a turn, right? Which is a hard call to make.
yeah. And Greg gets priority if you take out Cable, because I think, of course, like Greg could
It
give it
can always
back.
change,
It's
but
very this is very wow, this is very intense. I don't know what the right decision is here. Um
no,
hmm.
we see extra power for leadership.
Crimson Dawn will be forever be your favorite tactic card. Test Cartel. Welcome to the chat. The that's that injured Crimson Dynamo card where you get healing factor and I think it's like every action and before
Reaction you get a
you get
case one.
a place one. It's very cool.
Yep.
Yes, it's a very cool card. I just wish that it was like maybe. Yes, clocks are only for top cuts. Correct. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, Crimson Dawn is a pretty cool card. I think like the main thing playing against it is just that it has so much competition, right?
Yeah.
Uh, you already have like a bunch of character cards here. If you're X Force, like you bring your two restricted, Cannon Mouse, exceptional healing, which usually leaves you with one spot, so it's a lot of pressure on Crimson Dawn.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So Ryan is trying to figure out here if he. I mean, you gotta go with Red Skull. You gotta do something.
I'm not
Maybe
sure
you
you
go
go
into
with
Zemo.
Red Skull.
You put the grunts
I,
out. You attack Zemo, and then you move and kill Zemo. I don't know. Like taking out his Zemo seems pretty strong.
but the danger is if you're Red Skull and you attack Zemo, if you fail to do, you can just die on a counter strike,
Okay, so that's
and
fair. That's fair.
that's
Okay.
really really bad.
Would you? Okay, so I was thinking in my mind. I was thinking, well, you have the option of KOing Toad. Maybe um you KO so you could KO Toad, and with that you might be able to trigger a move in to get Zemo. And at least if you die from the counter strike, uh you had both of your attack actions.
Okay, my spicy pick for an activation is actually Bob.
Okay, I take it. Oh, because let me guess. You shoot into X-23 and the explosion gets cable.
Yes, and she doesn't have the power for exceptional healing, so
Oh,
you
we just got a timeout here. All right, that's okay.
don't.
We'll be
Um,
back. We'll be back.
but since she was only on 2 power, she has no chance of exceptional healing, and you're taking down a lot of activations here.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, let's see if we can get back in this thing.
Yep.
I like that. All right, that you definitely you've definitely found a pretty sweet play there. 9 dice in X-23 without exceptional online. That could be game a game ender or not. I don't know if that would be a major swing point.
You could even like fire your Hydra pistol first if you wanted.
Yeah. I think we're in a situation where this is this like the Tuesday Steam update where every game crashes?
Not normally at this hour.
What
We're
time is that usually at? Like in like 6 or
top
something?
6:37
Yeah.
p.m. Eastern, so we're a couple hours
Yeah.
past.
We're gonna have to play. I'm gonna have to play without any tokens.
Well, like you often say, it's a free mod. Like
I
you're
know.
glad to be playing players from everywhere, and
Yeah.
you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to play as if you're in real life, and that's a bummer. Okay, oh yeah, we're just waiting for the game them to bring the
Console.
game back up. Oh yeah, you're right. Krunstall's saying if you fire the pistol, it give her the enough power to exceptional. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
So you just shoot at cable or something. Just you're looking really for the gainer, like the free power to get you closer to firing a second rocket, uh, sooner, I guess, earlier. I will be back in 1 second. All right, so it looks like they've got the game
Yeah,
here.
the game should be up. I'm just getting back in.
Okay, here we go. Let's turn this thing back on. Okay, that was my wife. All right, if you can hear the fire alarm, I'll be back in a minute. Oh my gosh.
How's you doing? Oh. So who are we seeing go this time around? Oh, we are seeing. Oh, cable. Oh no, it's not cable. It looks like Simo, maybe. Um, oh, no, that is a Oof, dead X-23, very rough. Oh, that is pretty big here. Wait,
All
how?
right, all right. My wife, my wife plugged in the wrong thing. Okay, she plugged in the stove top instead of, or whatever, the cooktop instead of the kettle. And,
Nice.
and I was like, that smells like burning. All right. My house is being aired out, but no damage. All right, so everyone, it's okay. We're okay.
Right.
All
I'm
right.
Yep.
All right. What's
Uh,
going on here? What did I miss?
I'm confused. Cable went and shot and KO'd Ryan's X-23, but I thought he had Prio.
Oh, that's so weird. How did that happen? Shit. Did you say anything? Oh god.
Oh no, Zemo went at the end, right?
Oh yeah, you're
Um,
right. Yeah. So yeah, we were saying the wrong thing. You're right.
yep.
We were assuming that Ryan had Prowl, but he did activate
Oh yeah,
Zemo.
because Ryan dazed both Zemo and Toad before they activated. He
Oh,
gave.
and trading back with the double days. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So here we saw Cable Days KO actually Ryan's X-23, and he is looking at his second action. As you can see, like we have the roll results here, and you see what happens when you don't bring exceptional healing kids. Your characters die.
Yeah. He didn't bring exceptional. That's wild. I mean, I guess like cards are tight. He brought good cards. He just hasn't used them yet. I don't think has he. He hasn't used any of them except Soldat.
I don't think so. So here, I think if you're Cable, you could almost like portal in just to make sure you get to Red Skull. Oh no, that's too dangerous with Bucky because you get placed and you get um killboxed.
Oh my gosh, you can get kill boxed on intrusions. Yeah, that's also
That is
pretty
pretty
sweet.
funny. But it could force him to just spend brace since it's except for Red Skull's spender, the only throw he has is killbox. So
Yeah.
we see cable, body sliding.
Test Cartel saying that didn't realize that Stampede is a medium push, and yeah, I think everyone's been there with certain things, and man, reading cards. It's funny because it's like uh, reading cards just makes you a better player. If you like read your cards like out loud to yourself,
Yeah,
I did that a
and
lot. In like a couple, like I did that a lot when I was still on the come up. I guess I
there.
don't know, but I think I'm still on the come up. But that's kind of. But yeah,
Um,
when I was actively trying to get better, other than playing games, one of that stream or reading cards was like it's just such an easy way to level up your game.
Yeah, and especially because MCP is an open information game, like taking the time to read both your and your opponent's card is well worth it. Like, especially if you don't know what they do.
Yeah.
Right.
Even just
So
like
here we
catching mistakes or being like um just like being like, wait, are you sure he can do that? Or like, you know what I mean? Just like knowing you can ask the question because it doesn't sound like the way you remember reading it, and can catch all your opponents from accidentally making mistakes and things like that.
here we see Cable going into Zemo through the size 3. Zemo braced it.
He has 2 health
And
remain or 2 health damage taken, but Cable's rolling 4 into 1, so takes 3. Gets him.
oh, and that just gets him. Oh, I guess he already has spent brace for something else.
Yeah, Taskmaster can be annoying if yeah, if you attack him once and he lives with like most of his health, and it's like, great, what am I gonna do? Attack you again? Now you've got more dice.
Yep.
Yeah, Test
Right, so here,
Cartel. If you knowing the attack timing chart is another way to level up your game. Like just with knowledge, the attack timing chart is very helpful for understanding when things happen.
I agree. Yeah, and here that was a pretty meaningful cable activation. I think you really like it.
Yeah.
Uh, if you're Greg, just KOing X23 and taking Zemo's activation away is huge here.
Yeah, so Red Skull's probably looking to counter with a so Zemo, although they're showing healthy on both sides here, Zemo is in fact injured
Yeah,
on Greg's on the red side. So you kind of want to trade the Zemos here, or like a Zemo X23 Zemo trade off.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Patrick. There you go. You can catch people from trying to like, absolutely break the game with a crazy airlift.
Or also people trying to airlift models that are size 3. Uh,
Yeah, I can see all those things happening in a game.
Alright, so now what does Cable do?
Yeah. So who's going? So he's looking at a Red Skull activation still, or wait, hold on.
I think they're still on Greg's
Oh, he
turn,
still hasn't.
checking distances, or don't know what he's looking at the moment.
Yeah, Brady's saying loving the Bob Rocket here because then Cable will die no matter what.
Oh, that's true. And you can probably just move, shoot it into Psylocke, and just blow up the world. So here, is that it for Cable? I would assume
Let's
so.
see.
He slid, he threw, he attacked twice. And we see 8 Cable activation complete.
Okay. Let's see. So we've got Vodka Blitz, or sorry, Ryan he's got Red Skull left to go with 1 health left. He's got Bucky. He's got full health on Bucky, and he's got Bob, who is injured with a rocket. So another thing you can do with Bob too is by firing the rocket, you're taking away another turn where they could have the window of opportunity to KO Bob. So um, yeah, let's see who's gonna activate last here. It looks like we've got Psylocke and Zemo and Toad and X23 to go, and we only have Red Skull, Bob, and Winter Soldier to go. So this means that there will be a window of opportunity for Bob to be attacked after he's activated. So this means that we're probably going to see um, Bob fire a rocket this round to avoid that from happening.
Yeah. Um, I think here I'd like to see a Red Skull activation just to pop the grunts back up, try to get the days on Cable. Then Red Skull can probably try to get the KO on Toad, and hopefully fish for his Blitz trigger that'll let him move and get another attack into the likes of Psylocke.
Hmm. Uh, Vodka Blitz, what do you think of the new characters that are coming out in the near future? Or is there anyone in there that you are excited for?
Oh, absolutely. Sandman is really, really looking amazing, especially with Claw. Like, 2 constructs for him looks really, really dope. Just being able to trigger the leadership 3 times whenever Sandman gets dazed is just like really nuts.
It's pretty funny. He does all of a sudden he's like um claws like
He's
a
just,
rocket ship on the board.
yep, scoot all over the place. For the characters that were teased, honestly, I'm surprisingly excited for the Scooby Doo villains. So
I
like,
know they're gonna be fun.
Yeah. Otherwise, always New Mutant and X-Men. Apocalypse looks really cool. Like I really like how they've upgraded their game with the sculpts. Like they look so much better now than when the game started. Um, so
Yeah.
honestly, looking forward to most of the new stuff. I'm just really excited to get a lot more new models.
Yeah, it is pretty cool to see Stir Crazy saying Apocalypse and Patrick Mephisto. Yeah, the Asgards. I think there's such a cool mix. That I love the I love the fact that we're gonna be able to play like the Dracula, like all those characters that are just like I don't know them from any sort of Marvel properties. I don't read the comic books, so but just like to be able to play these like these creatures in
Like
game is very
Dracula,
cool.
a mummy, a werewolf, a swamp monster. Like it's gonna be nice.
Yeah,
I'm
it's gonna.
for
I'm
those.
excited. I'm excited to see what the cards bring. It's always pretty exciting to.
Yeah, I think fringe is the right word.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But it's fun. It's fun. I'm excited to. I'm probably I might just get that castle thing just because it's cool. It's a. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right, we have um. What are we seeing here? Bob is going. Is that's why what all the tabs are for? Is he rolling? Is Bob rolling on the portal? That's what it was. So Bob gets to place wherever he wants.
Yep. Is he shooting a rocket to
God,
Zemo?
He's gonna shoot his rocket so that he gets thrown into
Oh yeah, get the
Psylocke.
throw into Psylocke. Love it.
Yeah, he's uh he's trying to force he's trying to force Greg to throw Bob into his own Psylocke because he's going to attack Zemo.
Love to see that.
I don't know. Like the thing is that yeah,
I don't
I
know if
think
it's
you got it. I think you do have
feasible.
it.
Yeah, like can you place it? Oh, that looks so tight.
All right, there you go. Yeah, no, he's got it. Like he's gonna go base to base range one. I see it happening. Let's zoom in here to get a better angle. But you cannot tell me there is an angle to throw Bob in a spot that doesn't hit Psylocke there. Like he's on the point. You're good to go. Even yeah, you have give too, so that looks great. Oh, he picked up the wrong model. Hit escape. You had it. He had it. So I'm not going to be worried about any sort of messiness here. They'll figure it out. Okay.
Good. Yeah, and on the points. So you can
Okay.
even shoot Zemo with your pistol first.
Maybe they're nothing's going up over their head because it's the game crashed. Ooh, Test Cartel saying be satisfied when Phoenix Jean Grey comes. Yeah, I think a lot of people are like. There's a few characters, right? Like I don't
Yeah.
have to say like. I mean, I don't have to say it, but I'll say it. Like Fantastic Four. It's crazy how like they're not in the game, but
It's
um,
honestly mostly a meme at this point,
I
like
know
Fantastic
it's.
Four and Doctor Doom.
Are
When
we in year 4 right now? Are we in year 4? This is year 4, right? Until I don't know when the
we
game launched. I
we
wasn't here
started
on
year
launch.
5,
It's like so.
like in I think October or November this year is going to be the game's 5th anniversary.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I don't have any. I mean, we've seen
And
now
we have
models
the lineup for
Up
the
to
rest of the
Q5,
year.
Q1 2025, or like January, February, March. We've seen like what they're planning. So it's like they're not coming in the next 10 months.
Pistol shot into Psylocke, I think, or Cable.
Okay.
I
It's
don't
going into Zemo, right? Because then it's gonna do Psylocke is gonna take or
know. It could be anyone.
wait. Oh, he only rolled a pistol attack. Okay.
Oh yeah, so we saw it
Oh,
go
it
into
goes into Psylocke
Cyborg.
and hold on.
I like it.
How does she take 2 damage there? She only took 1. Okay, I see it now. All right. Yeah, don't go into Zemo because can you imagine he gets the triple wild or something and gets the
Can't
clapback?
fight you to death. And now you shoot your rockets.
Yes.
So
So it's going into Zemo, I think here.
yeah, that's what I would expect.
I mean, and we'll probably see a Master Swordsman on Zemo.
Probably.
Two.
He is within range 4.
Yes, confirmed.
Yeah, shoot the rockets.
Sacking a cable. Yeah, he's already
Yeah.
gone. Sacking a
Yeah.
cable seems reasonable.
I
Baron
think.
Zemo lives and Psylocke live, and you can push Bob not into either your characters.
Hmm.
It's a. It seems like a decent play.
Yeah, that's probably the right call.
He's already because Cable's already gonna get dazed anyway. Uh,
He might actually survive if he takes the rocket to the face of
yeah,
rocket.
that is true. I gotta look at Bob's card again just to like confirm that. But like other characters, yep. So that is true.
And at this
Oh,
range,
it's going into Zemo. Is he gonna
Bob would
sack it?
actually do it to himself for some reason.
Oh, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose Cable on the splash damage.
I think they're both reading the rockets. Are we
If
gonna
Bob
see
KOs,
that?
oh yeah, fun. If Bob KOs the model, he isn't thrown. He KOs the model. He has to.
Um,
Are you like because the target? You have to measure from away from the target, and therefore you've KO'd the model. So therefore there is no measurement to make.
oh, that is actually.
Yeah, exactly. Can't measure away from someone who doesn't exist anymore, who's been
Yep.
evaporated.
Uh, but it's before damage,
Is the throw
so
before damage? I don't. I
yeah,
think they errated it. I
both
think
are before
they've
damage.
changed it.
Yep, this is one for the FAQ.
I remember seeing a post saying they changed the order of events on this card. They might ask a question about it. Throw is errated to after the attack is resolved. Okay.
Okay,
There we go. Yeah, I thought there was something like that.
thanks.
There was a Vince Kirchhoff mentioned the secret tech of the fact that the way the sequence
Technically, the
worked,
rocket doesn't work.
the rocket you wouldn't lose the rocket token because you would daze before you would lose it or something like that. But I think that was also fixed. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we've got 4 and a 1. Did he pay for
Um,
Master Swordsman? He didn't.
yeah, this looks like a surviving Zemo.
Wow, 3. He's living on 1 health then.
Uh,
He's got a reroll on Zemo, right? This must be into Zemo.
or maybe Cable.
Oh, he played Sacrifice. Sacrifice was played. So it wasn't a
Oh,
Cable. Cable takes 3 and he goes
oh
down.
no, this
Oh no,
was
no,
into
Psylocke. He sacked into Psylocke.
yeah,
That's
which
Psylocke
takes
just took
2 damage.
Yeah, she takes only 2. And Zemo takes 2 and oh, why would you sack I mean, Cable goes down.
Ooh,
I
this
guess like
means that Bob can probably. Oh no, Bob can safely be thrown
now he
away.
gets thrown away from everyone basically. And Bob has how much power? He has 7 power, but he's gonna. Uh, does Bob loses 3 power here though, right? Because he
So it was
got.
Cable. All right.
Oh, it wasn't.
So that's why Psylocke took 2 damage from the blast.
Okay. Well, she also blocked 2 if that was her, because of martial artist.
That
So
was Cable. Well,
yeah,
that's why
okay, I
we
see
saw
now. I see now. All right, he did sack plate into
Cable.
Cable. Got it.
Cable does drop both his cubes.
Yes, so that Zemo's already dazed. He's already got 5 out of 5 on him. So that's why Greg didn't throw Bob into his own Zemo. I know it's unfortunately we can't it's messy because the game crashed. But um yes. So Blue Zemo's dazed, Bob's dazed, and that's it for who's out this round. Cable's now dazed. So now you've got Psylocke and Zemo and Toad and X-23, who has X-23 already activated?
No, she's
Okay.
still free to go.
Oh man, that's pretty spicy. She can go in here and put some damage into. What are we seeing? We're seeing Ryan. These are Ryan's tools, right?
We see Cable dropping both his
Oh yeah,
cubes.
so Ryan is figuring out what to do with the cubes. He wants to make it annoying for Greg to have to recover them. So Cable had 2 cubes. He got 1 cube from X-23, and he got 1 cube from who else?
Um, Who was the other one? I think he got. Who else did he daze? From Zemo.
Oh, okay, yeah, oh yeah, so that he got that from him this round then. He was going down anyway. Interesting from the cube damage.
Yeah. And now this lets Greg pick both of them back up. Maybe with X-23 or yeah, that's what I would expect, honestly. Yeah, not a super big fan of these placements just because X-23 can actually portal up. How much power does she have? Oh, never mind. Not enough power to do what I was about to suggest.
So a new podcast, or not a new podcast, a podcast episode just dropped from the Gamers Guild featuring myself. I was the guest, and we talked about the new characters that were revealed at Adepticon, as well as some of the games that I played at Adepticon, where I was fortunate enough to win the Timelines event. Pretty cool. So if you want to listen to that, check it out.
Will definitely do. All right, so now we see Zemo try to go into Red Skull. Probably trying to stay out of kill box.
It's puzzling. It's like if you don't, I'm seeing Greg basically not slipping at all on it, but like I can imagine there might be spots where it's just such a wide area, right? Like he can't go within two of those barrels that are directly in front of him either, and it's just like you get trapped in this locked into really tough movement
Since
patterns. Zemo is like has the most flexibility, so he's like you're not gonna have too many problems with that. But imagine having like characters that had wider bases or short or slower
yeah,
moves. It'd be trickier.
charge here, we could always see a brace to deny the kill box
Oh,
damage if
yes, yes.
active. Charge here. Do you Master Swordsman here? I don't think you do. Just because you want to have enough power to like grab all those cubes and run away.
Okay, so Ryan just got kicked from the game. Okay, that's
Wow.
oh man,
Right.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
Is it gonna be our turn next?
I know. I don't know. Maybe
Hopefully not.
we're getting through it.
So
Okay, so Greg is going to attack Red Skull, taking him out of activation. Yeah, TTS is being difficult. Um, and then what is he going to do? Was this a charge? Did he pay 2 for that charge?
yeah, he paid 2 power for charge. I think I would
Oh,
if you
and he paid for Master Swordsman. It looks like here.
no,
I'm
oh
seeing
yeah,
4
you're
power, 4 power. So all right, Ryan's
right.
back in, and now he's going to roll into Red Skull. Red Skull has Sacrifice available to him. Do you think he plays Sacrifice here, or do you think he's going down no matter what? You just
With
don't.
Master Swordsman played, I don't think so, just because he also gets another attack
So
afterward.
yeah, that is fair. Zemo is where is he? Where is he? He's I think this bottom. He's on the bottom here. So he's yeah. So he is going to get another Master Swordsman attack. No sacrifice.
Um,
He's gonna go down. Oh,
oh,
look at that. Yep, he's gone. 4 hits.
he still has cover.
Wow. Leadership reroll would remove cover, right?
Oh yeah, that's
So it's
true.
like you could just be like, I'm declaring my leadership. You're dead.
Yeah. So
Maybe. I
Zemo.
don't know if he did it though, right? I don't know. I'm seeing. Yeah, he didn't do it. So he could have also forgotten about cover because it is not mandatory to take cover.
But Zemo gets 2 cubes and runs away, which I think is the correct play. Just trying to score out, since if he can score the 4 cubes, maybe 5, he can even hope to close out the game. Not quite close out the game, but gain big enough advantage going into next round.
Yeah. Where's Toad? Toad has 5 power. Do you think Toad just like moves and takes one away from him as well?
Ooh,
Like, I
that's a
mean,
good
like give him
question.
something to do. Or do you think
Uh,
Toad just like sits on an intrusion? Maybe sits on the intrusion portal that X-23 is on.
I think I would pick up
You could
1 cube.
maybe you could. Yeah. Okay. Well, Red Skull's now dazed, so now all Ryan has left this round is Winter Soldier.
Yep.
Does Winter Soldier get? He has sold that. Does he get power within an
Mm.
allocator? Yeah, he still gets the gain of power and lose a damage because he's
Yep.
still beside range 2 of Red Skull.
Yep. That's what I would think.
All right. Greg does not want to get hit at all by Winter Soldier.
And I think that's the fair call. Just trying to run away if you can.
Yeah.
This
This this also means that Winter Soldier he has no attacks. He'd have to interact if he wanted to get um within range shooting range of someone else.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I'm sure I'm pretty confident we're going to see that. But he's now at 10. He's now at 9 power, 10 power now that he is activated. Well, hold on. How do you just lose? Oh,
Rolling for the portal.
I think he forgot
Ooh,
about Soldat. Okay, well
big.
he's sitting blank. There's no bad spot here to be. I don't think, right? Like
I think next to
it
X-23
is bad.
is not great.
She has no power for exceptional. You could push through 3
Yeah.
damage. You've got
4
the
damage.
spender. You've got the spender. The spender. What
Oh,
does the spender do? Does it hit you with?
it would probably hit
Yeah,
her.
you could. You get also chip in the 1 damage on clean sweep if you attack X-23. I mean, you
That's
could.
Yeah, and you even get a reroll if you're placed within 1, which I don't think is going to be the case.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, of course, Greg would not let that happen. I would imagine. And so, yeah, I think that you could punch through X-23 even with exceptional. Like she only has the 2 power. So,
Yeah, and
okay,
that
here we go.
still scores you 2 VPs if she goes down. Like,
Okay,
you steal the
so
portal and her cube away.
let's see if he does it. Oh, he's rolling again. All right, let's not get screwed here. There we go. Double failures are brutal on intrusions. So he avoided that. Gonna pick up a cube. Looks like he's gonna throw dice into. Oh, he could throw dice into
Zemo,
Psylocke with that reroll, but you're
I presume he's going to shoot Zemo, just straight up.
yeah.
Yeah. And then if you get Zemo, you could just very well do a spender into Psylocke afterwards.
Yep, Zemo is injured. 2 power left on it. Or sorry, 2 damage taken
Uh,
already.
Picking up the cube. Now we see spending 2. I would presume that hit and run. Then, um, oh, he could hit and run into Zemo, then set himself up for the spender.
Oh, I like that. It seems pretty cool. Um,
And
let's
if you
see
get
where Zemo
Zemo, you can
goes.
just move again and take his
So
two
he
cube.
spent. Hold on. He spent a bunch of power. He's spent 4 power because he just
Uh,
did. What did he do? 3 power for what?
2 power for portals, 1 for the cubes, and now 2 for, I think, hit and run.
Okay, that makes sense. Hold on, hold on. Shouldn't he have spent 5? Okay, yeah, okay, I see.
Ooh, that is not a good roll. You hate to see it.
Oh man, he is. So he's gonna sap Zemo a power, and no damage goes through.
You
But
get
he's
the
got
gun
enough
part.
power for a red agent. There, he's measuring range 3 for the spender.
You have to get everyone in.
Clean sweep. Psylocke. Do you shut down Psylocke here so she doesn't get an activation, and you push, and then you're is that what you do?
I don't think so. I think you really want to go after Zemo just to take him off the board, and uh, he's still worth 2 VPs. Like Psylocke is going to go down if he gets the clean sweep trigger, no matter what, because of the cube.
How
So,
many cubes does Red Zemo have? So Red Zemo has
ooh,
2 cubes here.
so that's a big VP swing. You could argue Psylocke is worth about as much, but she is tankier at that range than Baron Zemo.
Yeah, so Bucky has 1 cube on so and he's the only one who is not dazed on the Hydra side. This guy, blue guy, activating right now. We've got X-23's got a cube on the top. Psylocke's got a cube, and Zemo has 2 cubes. So
Yeah.
if you take out Psylocke here, you can take a cube, and that gives priority back to Greg. Do you think? Okay, so he's
It's a
going into
good question.
Psylocke. I think that's the thing. He doesn't want his Bucky to just get dazed from Psylocke activating with as basically 5 power, like having a good amount of power. And you're
Uh,
gonna put 1 damage on Toad, and you're gonna put. Oh no, you still get priority because Toad hasn't gone yet. So
ooh, 2 and no
oh
triggers.
no, and
And
the
Psylocke,
3 blocks on Psylocke. Psylocke's a monster, and Ryan's just not rolling what he needs to.
I think 2 because she's outside of range 2.
Oh yes, you're right.
But
She takes
she
1.
still has defensive rerolls. Like, she could very well just spend 2
Yeah.
for here.
Yeah, that's it. It's not enough. Only 1 damage. He's gonna
Yeah,
spend 2 power to reroll 2 dice. But
yeah.
but
I
he's
think it's
living.
correct.
She has a
There you
cube,
go.
so she will die.
Block it all.
Block it all. All right, so she's living. Oh, that's Ryan needed that swing there, but it didn't happen. So now we've got Greg with Toad and Psylocke. He's scoring 4 cubes, and he's gonna score 3 secures,
Even
I would
X,
imagine, right?
like, he could legit just score out if he
14.
did.
No, he's scoring 14. He can only score up to 15 max possible.
But if you put yourself at 15 and your
Oh yeah,
opponent's
the
just
game is over. If he
like,
the game is based. So yeah, this is a huge
like,
round for Greg here. He's going to put Toad on this intrusion portal, and he's going to uh, attack with Psylocke into Winter Soldier and maybe take his
that's
cube. That's really
what I
the.
would presume. Like, she could do her short advance, especially since Bucky has no power for kill box, and just attack him with energy
Oh
attack.
yeah.
Ooh,
He's. Oh yeah.
does,
X-23 hasn't gone yet either. Oh my goodness.
doesn't
Oh
look like
man.
uh,
Psylocke could just do do the advanced, get 2 attacks in, and also then oh no, she hits the portal, she drops the cube.
Toad could even get a lick in before hopping to the portal.
Could push, it could push, yeah, it could push the guy in the range into range of X-23, right?
Yep.
Like that's what you do. You go with Toad here, you do an attack, then you move and leap onto the back intrusion, and then now you can go with X-23, move Spender back onto the point she's on,
I
because you've
would
got the
chance it,
range.
honestly. Like, Toad is your lowest output
Yeah, of
activate.
course. Like, what else is he gonna do? He's wasting an activation if he doesn't attack
Yep.
Bucky. Um, and there's nothing online here sold at. Yeah, the sacrifice is offline. Everything is offline. There's no way to stop. So let's see if Greg sees that line. Um, but
Like, even if
Psylocke's bleeding. Okay, so Psylocke's bleeding with a cube, so she's going down this round. If she doesn't shake, I'm sure she'll shake.
I don't think so. I think you'll let her go down.
You let her go down, so she's got a chance to, better chance
Because
to
if you
activate.
daze Bucky, you still score out to 15. Like, and the game is pretty much over at this point, right?
The only thing is that I okay, yeah, the game is over because you can't. There's too many. The cubes are too scattered around the board for you to be able to take out all of the threats. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's what it looks like they're discussing, like VP's characters, and I think we might just see a concession soon.
I don't know, man. I think yeah.
I
I think
think
you
you,
play it out until someone runs into the corner that is
yeah,
unobtainable, and then you call it. Is how I think we'll see.
yeah, that's fair. Um, Yeah, because Toad could like fish for the wild, even with a leadership reroll. Just go to the point. Psylocke gets 2 attacks in. X23 gets an attack in.
We're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
All right, they did call it. All right, you were right. Let's jump in their chat.
In Zemo over? Like, yeah.
Hey guys.
Yeah. Hey, yeah,
Hey,
we decided to call it. I know it was going long
late,
here.
late. Sorry, we were having the great, like the nicest time. Like,
Yep.
we
Yep.
just were telling stories. We're having a chat. I apologize for the people who couldn't hear like us chat. I hope they enjoyed your commentary, Lucas.
I hope
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
because I'm sure you guys had a lot of time to
Lot
fill.
to say. Yeah.
It was a very fun match.
Hold on,
There
my
was
mic cut out. I can't hear you right now.
well, it was a
I can still
fun
hear you,
match.
Lucas.
It was a fun match to watch. You guys had really kind of pretty even squads in terms of like the threats, the same amount of threats on both sides. You both carried like lots of damage on both sides too. It was very interesting, little like a pseudo mirror type of situation,
Mhm.
and so it was lots of interesting decisions that came up. So it was a fun match to watch. What
Cool,
did you
okay.
think of it? What did you think of the match, Greg, when you had to come against the list here? We were thinking you'd bring Domino and Deadpool, but you brought Toad and Psylocke. Was the Psylocke play to counter Master of Hydra, or what
Yep.
what were your thoughts?
Yep, exactly that. Go hunting. Yeah. Go hunting. And like I was umming on about Domino, but I thought we'd be in a situation that I thought we were in where like one of us is going to blink, and like Domino, you can just put the troopers in front of her and still just take a point, and it's like Domino shot Hydra troopers up. That's not the greatest use of Domino, you know. Even with the portals, like I also don't like Domino picking up cubes. Like if it wasn't cubes, yeah, maybe I take Domino, but on the whole, I felt pretty comfortable, and I had priority, right? So like that piece of terrain, looking at the way the board was set up, I was like, I think Toad can get that and be almost like I wasn't sure if I was exactly out of line of sight, if I knew I'd be damn close. And I was like, well, that's a nice safe grab. It nicely goes with Psylocke to hunt Master of Hydra. I actually, so Domino was never really in consideration. It was, is Psylocke Rhino? Because there's a fair amount of size threes. Like I don't know if you can tell, but like the trees
Yeah.
are also size threes. And from playing a lot of X Force, having a second throw is just like huge.
Right.
Like it's night and day in terms of attrition. Because Cable's always he always has the power to throw something, even if it's size one. So you want Brace out the way as fast as possible. You want it to be like as cheap for you and expensive for your opponent. And Rhino helps with that. If you look, I've got Ultron. He also throws as like a 5. I was experimenting with like Valkyrie actually because it's like another terrain throw, and she does X-Force things. And being able to steal cubes if he stacks them on someone, Rhino sees play there. But I was like, I think he just falls over to Red Skull because it's pretty much what happened at the tournament we played last weekend. And then that meant I had to either bring Deadpool or Domino. And with I think Bucky makes Deadpool randomly fall over.
Right. I can see that.
Like pretty cheaply. So I was like, yeah, Zemo, like reroll bubble, always useful. Zemo's just Zemo, right? Like
Yeah.
one of the oldest characters in the game, still, defending the
Still an
spot.
all-star after all these years.
Exactly right. Like
Mhm.
yeah, just evergreen Baron Zemo. And Psylocke could go hunting, and it also helps with a clapback, right? With Sword Art because I've got stealth. So like Bucky's not going to be shooting me back as long as I'm outside of 3 of Bucky, which is fine. And I can still be within 3 of Red Score, and I can ignore the cover with X-Force leadership. Like, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I felt... And it seemed to work out all right.
Ryan, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Well, all right. So we were just commenting on how the threat levels of both your teams were like identical, and your teams themselves played very similarly with like your bigger leader that can punch pretty hard, and then you've got your the minions. Like, what were your did you have any considerations of playing the other leader in your list, or was this
Yeah, for sure. I think because we were playing cubes, it made me tilted me towards Red Skull 2 Hydra here, but I mean, clearly it didn't work out very well. I think I probably maybe I would have had a better chance if I had gone Cabal for more attrition play. Because I mean, certainly that was a consideration to go like Skull 3, Ultron, Zemo, maybe Bob in 23, or Miles as the last 3 threat, something like that. And try to out attrition him. I don't know that. I'm not sure Cabal does attrition better than what X-Force is doing here.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I think Greg played a great game. I think I got outplayed. I think I made a couple mistakes in there that cost me things, but yeah.
We think you made a lot of great decisions throughout the game. So I think it just a few small adjustments, and I think the game was pretty close the whole way through. So Vodka Blitz, do you have any questions for the players?
Yeah. Just real quick. What made you go for Master of Hydra instead of Master of the World? Just, I know you said you wanted to go like last towards attrition. You weren't sure, but what made you like take a decision towards one more than the other?
Sure. I think looking at the cubes here made me want to bring like 23 and Bucky to manage some of that, because with Soldat, Bucky can heal, so thinking I can manage that damage a little bit better.
Okay.
I think this crew also the Hydra troopers here are nice for playing these intrusions because they can hop through them for free.
Yeah, all these little synergies end up stacking up and like putting Red Skull 2 in a better position.
Yeah, and I'm more comfortable with them. I've certainly gotten a lot more games with Red Skull 2 than I have with Skull 3.
Yeah.
And I think this kind of Hydra with Skull 2 is, I mean, it's a nice mix of like you can play objectives and it's got at least attrition potential.
Yep.
It's not going to out attrition like the best attrition squads out there.
But it's a good mid-range core, like to be able
Yeah.
to hit either attrition or scenario when you need it.
Yeah.
And the extra scoring body is always good. Like literally until this game, like Red Skull 2 was in my X-Force roster because you can dump the grunts and everyone else can go, stabby stab stab, right?
Yep. For sure. For sure.
And they come in healthy, right? Which when we're going to try and kick the hell out of each other. Randomly spawning a healthy body is pretty annoying.
Yep.
Because again, like from an X-Force point of view, that's always why Deadpool's a consideration, right? Is we fight after I've got a healthy guy. I can do the same thing with Hydro grunts, and suddenly we've attrition down, but from a scenario point of view, I've got 2 healthy bodies left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Skull 3, I definitely looked at it back and forth quite a bit. It would have been interesting to see how it plays out differently there. Like I said, I'd probably be looking. Maybe I pull Ultron at that point. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I still think X-Force just does this attrition battle better than what Cabal's going to come with there, but you never know.
Well, still, congratulations to both players for both making it this far and for the games you've played.
Yes.
No, thank you very much. Yeah, it was a nice game to end on. No, honestly, like I wasn't joking. Like we genuinely had a really nice chat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, thank you guys for
the god of times. It was lovely.
Thank you guys for letting us stream the game, and congrats, Greg, for making it into Top Cut as season 14, and Ryan, I'm sure we'll see you in contention and hopefully making it in next season, because I know you're always one of the stronger players in the bracket. And so anyways, I'm gonna end the stream. It's pretty late, so I will catch you guys next time. Thank you for letting us stream.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much, gents.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Take it easy.
All right, guys, that's another second chance final. We're wrapping up season 13. I think that's probably my last one of the season. So I'll stream a few games in the break. Not too many though. I need to relax. Thank you, Vodka Blitz, for joining me. It's fun as always. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.